Hi all, welcome to the Caseverse, your one-stop solution to case-based learning. In this video, we shall be discussing about this important component of case-based learning called board plan. What is a board plan? As the name suggests, board plan is a pre-designed layout, a blueprint uh, of how can a case be opened and what should be the minute-to-minute plan for facilitating the case as a learning instrument in a classroom. A board plan is typically prepared by the author of the case. It can either be a part of the teaching note or it can be an exclusive document suggested to the facilitator, the user of the case. Though it is not a compulsion to go necessarily by the board plan, but it is highly recommended that the facilitator can use the board plan as a structure to facilitate the case as a discussion. The reason being, board plan is made by the author of the case himself, and more often than not, the author of the case has a very clear idea about the purpose, the learning goals, the learning objectives of the case, and hence the author is in the best position to suggest the steps of the process steps of facilitating a case as a learning experience. So that being the board plan, what should it comprise? A board plan should broadly be classified into three parts. The board plan should effectively be giving a very clear visual representation of how the facilitator of the case can take the case for a discussion in the classroom. So ideally, the board plan should comprise broadly three parts. The left panel of the board, either whiteboard or a digital board as the case may be, the left panel, the middle panel, and the right panel. So the left panel might comprise the initial inputs from a case, namely it could be the data from the case, the title of the case, the context of the case, the basic fundamental information about the case, the data, the information, facts, figures, statistics, whatever can be gathered from the case can be captured in the left panel of the board. So that should lead to the middle panel, the most important part of the board plan, wherein the facilitator can now introduce the analysis part of the case with the help of all the information gathered in the left panel. The middle panel can lead the learners into the analysis by introducing the corresponding, the appropriate theory or the model or the concept, the academic concept or the framework that best fits into the scope of the case or that has been recommended by the author of the case. So the middle part is essentially for the analysis and elaboration of the case through the frameworks, the appropriate frameworks or the models as suggested. So that's the middle part, and once done with the fact gathering, the analysis, the right panel of the board can comprise the observations, the conclusions, decisions, the alternatives that can be suggested by the participants into the case discussion. So that should lead to a logical conclusion of the case study. So that's how ideally a board plan should look like. Now, how does it help? Why should one have a board plan? As we have seen, a board plan puts things in a very clear perspective, and it offers a very visually and appealing view to the learners, the participants, making things absolutely clear, leaving no room for confusion or any sort of ambiguity or lack of clarity, which in turn encourages more effective and a better participation from the learners. It makes a board plan makes the discussion absolutely integrative and seamless, as it very clearly puts forth the um, the the coordination between the content of the case and the framework or the model or the concept being discussed through the case in a very visual form on the board. So those are a few reasons why one should ideally take help of a board plan. Firstly, it is highly recommended that the authors of the case should also extend their teaching note to include board plans in their teaching note, which makes the task of the end users of the case very easy, convenient, and effective in terms of taking the learning goals effectively, successfully, convincingly to the learners of the case. So that was about the board plan, the importance of board plan, and why should the teachers, the facilitators, take the help of board plan into the classroom. Thank you. That's all for this video, and we'll be soon back with another video, another learning insight about the case-based learning.